I want to start this out. I get it. A lot of dealers that we're seeing and we're talking to, we have less inventory, we have less staff. Sometimes a lot of dealerships having less traffic or leads to handle, to stir up business, to get things going. So you feel like you're desperate and you got to change and drop pricing, but then you can't drop pricing because of what it takes to replace these cars or what it's going through wholesale. The two markets don't mix, the wholesale market and the retail market. And then as you're getting inventory in, being short staffed, taking a little longer to get a photo price description, get it online. And then again, we're getting leads, but we got maybe even too many leads for our team to handle. Not that we might have less traffic, but even the traffic that we do have, I'm short on staff. And maybe you're cutting expenses to stay afloat or try to get ahead of this market or maybe what's coming around the corner. And I get it. And that's, again, the struggles of inventory management, dealership, and so forth. And the beauty of used cars is you have a lot of control over this, meaning you can slim down your inventory. You can, get aggressive on pricing or not. With new cars, you're allocated to what the manufacturer gives you, what the incentives or rebates are out there. And obviously, this world of MSRP or over MSRP, right now to promote under MSRP is unique or different over the last year or two. It's funny. I was watching some industry expert guy talking about the market, and he was, talking excitingly about, there's some dealers out there under invoice. I'm like, man, that's the old world. That's what it used to be like. So it's, dealers advertising under invoice. It's not a shocker. It's kind of how it used to be. So this stuff's all changing right now. And dealerships are running with less inventory, which could mean less sales. We are short staff a lot. So the reason why I bring this up, I want to give you a couple insights on these things, but mostly to show you that this is why we have the LotWalk products and tools that we have. Again, this isn't trying to be a commercial or pitch, but I just want people to understand, if you have less inventory, doesn't mean you have to have less sales. Okay. If you went from 100 cars down to 60 cars and you're selling 50 off of those 60, you can sell. Maybe you used to have 100 and you sold 60 or 70. Now you have 60 or 70 and you're selling 50 or maybe 60. Some dealerships are doing pretty good at carrying 60, selling 60, or carrying 70, selling 70, but you might have 30% less inventory. So you're going to have to, there's a lot of work to keep that volume going and keep that sales at 70. But if you have 70 in stock instead of your 100, you don't have to settle for 50 sales, 60 sales, 70 sales. Some dealers are 35 sales. You can sell 80, 90, 100 with 70 in stock. Okay. That goes back to all of our strategies of what we call first 30. Okay. Increase the amount of cars you sell in the first 30 days. That increases your volume, but it also increases your gross. Focus on first 30. What percentage of your sales are going on in the first 30 days? It should be 60 to 70% of your sales in the first 30 days. Think about that. If you have 70% of your sales being done on 0 to 30-day-old cars, your profit's going to be able to sustain. Okay. And right now, as much as it costs to acquire cars, it may or may not go up, should go up, depending on what your percentage is right now. But if anything, it'll help you sustain through this tighter market. So in order to do that, you need to know what your holes are. What's preventing you from accomplishing it if you're not? You're like, okay, if I'm carrying 70, only selling 50, how do I get to 70 or 80 with gross? Again, focus on that first 30. But if that's not happening, why? Well, maybe your average investment went up. Better track that. Maybe your photos got behind. Better track that. SRPs or VDPs are down. Better track that. You're too heavy in trucks. Don't have enough compact cars. Too heavy in 2020s. Don't have enough 19s. You better track all that information. Maybe your pricing went up. Maybe your pricing went up because your cost of market went up. Those are just some of the examples of things that's going to impact that. So you better track and trend that. Again, our LotWalk tool does that every day from whatever product you have, inventory management wise, vAuto, VinQ, DealerSync, Max Digital, whatever inventory management tool is, we're going to be able to pull that out and show you your lot. Now, again, those tools are great managing cars, managing the market as far as competitive set and MMR and auction data and Carfaxes and all that information on iDevice cars. But we're slicing and dicing your inventory to figure out where your holes are. Once you do that, You got to figure out what cars are causing the problem. Okay. If we're not selling enough large pickup trucks and you have 30 on your lot, okay, well, of those 30, which ones need to be attacked? Well, I'm going to be looking at things first, what's happening on my lot. Imagine if I'm heavy in 2019s and I'm heavy in large pickup trucks, and I'm heavy in my 31 to 45 age bucket. So your 31 to 45 age bucket, you have more inventory than what you're currently selling. Your pricing's gone up a bit. And in that bucket, you happen to have a truck, large pickup truck that's a 2019. Okay, well, there's the big red flag. Let's take that car and then figure out, is it converting? Is it miley? When's the last time I changed the price? Do I have any leads? Have I had any leads in the last 7 days? Have I had any leads since the last price change? Do I have leads that I haven't followed up with in the last 2 or 3 days? So that's how I want to itemize, find a problem, itemize the car, and then figure out if it's a pricing problem or a people problem. Do I have leads on this car? All right, well, take the next step. Is it a pricing problem? You're 101% at 21 days old. Is that price too high because you don't have any leads? Well, I don't know. Let's go see historically how do Fords leave your lot? Do they leave in 30 days at 97%? How do F-150s leave your lot? Do they leave at 27 days at 96%? How do large pickup trucks leave your lot? How do 2019s leave your lot? How do similar day supplies, similar mile cars, similar price point cars? Have you sold any 19 Ford F-150s? And where were they priced at? And kind of get a gauge of, okay, typically these similar type cars leave my lot around 97% and I'm still at 101. Well, we can maybe justify adjusting the price if I don't have any leads at 21 days old. But think about if you're at 101%, you have all these problems with this vehicle, or it should be priced at 97, you're at 101, but you happen to have 5 leads on them, and 3 of them you haven't contacted the last 10, 14 days. Well, now it's not a pricing problem. If I got 5 leads on a car at 101%, maybe it's equipped right. Maybe there's aftermarket tires or wheels. It's just got a good look to it. So it's driving some leads, even though it's priced high. It's a people problem. So again, that's what our tool is going to be able to figure out and say, okay, here's a problem, 31 to 45. Here's a vehicle that has a lot going against it based on your lot. You're heavy in 19s, you're having large pickup trucks, hasn't changed price in 10 days. It's miley, it's not converting online, and it should be priced around 97% based on similar cars leaving your lot. But you happen to have 5 leads. Let's follow up with those leads. So that's one. That's how we can help you with less inventory and increase volume, because you can figure out control what you could control. And then let's talk about less staff or less leads. Let's talk about actually the lead portion of this. Let's say in this large pickup truck, you happen to, that's priced at 101% at 20 days old. It's in an age bucket, has a lot going against it that we're not selling enough out of. And let's say we don't have any leads. But guess what? You, over the last 60 days, I'm telling you, statistically, you're going to have 60, 70, 80% of your current active leads, if you're a good operator, current active leads on sold cars. Meaning you have 10-day, 20-day, 30-day old leads that the customer submitted a lead on a large pickup truck around 40 grand and that truck sold. What would I do on my lot? If I walked up to a customer and he said, yeah, I'm here on that 2020 F-150, the black one, and we're going to say, hey, sorry, that sold, and turn around and walk away. No, we're going to try to re-engage that customer, slow them down, figure out if that's the only vehicle, we open other makes and models and similar price points. And then you find out, yeah, I'm trying to find a large pickup truck around 40 grand. I like F-150s. I would consider Silverado. You go, great. Hold on, let me go see. And you try to put them on a different vehicle on your lot. Are we doing that with our leads? Okay. So that's what we call a switch lead. Let's recycle the leads we have. If we have less leads, let's take the leads that we currently have, 60%. If you got 100 leads, 60 of them on cars that sold. And I guarantee you there's on this F-150 that I'm 101%. If I'm a Ford store or a Chrysler store, or a Chevy store, I probably have 5 other active leads on trucks that sold that are large pickup trucks around the same price point. So again, I find a problem. I find a car causing the problem. Then I need to figure out if it's a pricing problem, but begin to protect my profit margin so I don't drop pricing because I don't have any leads on it. Let's go see if you happen to have 5 other leads that were looking for large pickup trucks around this price point. Let's call and email those customers. Say, hi, Mr. Jason Rice, I'm sorry that Silverado sold, but great news. I got an F-150. It's got a little bit less mileage. It's about $1,000 more, but it does have more equipment on it. It's got a roof that the Silverado didn't have. Can I show you more information on that car, right? So that's what we call switch leads. So if your traffic is down, let's start recycling the leads that we currently have and try to switch. Instead of dropping prices, Let's step back again. Let's go back to 101% should be priced at 97%, but I have 5 leads I haven't followed up with. Let's call and email them, but I also might have another 5 switch leads. So now you go from leads on the card to 10 opportunities to get off this card before we drop pricing. Okay. So we need to do that. And again, that's what the LotWalk tool is going to be able to do for you is if we have less traffic, can we recycle the current traffic we have and put them on cars? Imagine a 1-day-old car, 2-day-old car that's not through service yet, doesn't have full set of photos. You're priced it a little bit high to try to get some gross on it. But guess what? Because it's a fresh car, limited photos or no photos at our price a little high, you have 0 leads. Okay. And it takes 10, 15 days to get this thing through service. So you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs waiting for it to get through so you can get some leads. But guess what we could show you? Hey, we know this is a fresh car, but great news. You got 8 switch leads you could talk to. It's a 2019 Ford Escape, 19 grand. You price it 102%. No photos, no leads yet, but you have 8 other people that are looking for a compact SUV around 19 grand. Let's call and email them right now, because then maybe I can get them excited about it. Send them a photo or description. If they want interested in coming in, expedite it my turnaround time, get the thing done. So when they show up, it's ready to go. Okay. So that's how I can help you with leads. That's what we're going to be able to do. And if you're short staff, guess what? We're going to make your processes on inventory management more efficient because we're going to focus on your issues and not happen to focus on the whole inventory. Let's figure out the problems first and do that. And then when it comes to lead management, imagine you go into your CRM and you got 300 leads sitting there that you got to follow up with, but you're short staff. You don't have time for the staff to be following up with all 300 leads. So guess what they do? They handle the fresh leads. They handle the cars, the people that are getting back to you, and they're pushing through and not getting through all the leads. But here's the thing. The other thing they're doing, even if you get them to stay on top of the leads, they're calling and emailing a 50-day-old lead on a vehicle that's sold that there's no switch leads. Meaning they submit a lead, let's say on a Corvette, the car is sold. You don't have another vet to sell them, but they're calling and emailing that customer because they're completing their 45-day call or their 30-day phone call. In the meantime, you have a 20-day-old lead on a 50-day-old car that you need to get going, but we haven't followed up with them. We're following up here. Well, why not? Well, because my CRM saying it's a 20-day-old lead. I don't contact them for another 5 days or whatever the window of time is. So let's be more efficient with our follow-up. Let's not manage leads based on the age of the lead. Let's manage leads based on the situation in my lot. If I'm heavy in large pickup trucks, as that one example, and we have leads on large pickup trucks, let's call and email those leads every day, every other day to get that truck sale rate up, regardless of the age of the lead. If I got a 40-day-old lead on a truck, let's call and email them every day, every other day to get that truck sale rate going. Okay. Now, don't worry about, so again, if you have 300 leads, we can take that down to, let's say, 180 effective leads. So instead of them being, we can get your staff more efficient. Instead of them weeding through the 300 leads, calling somebody on a vet that sold 50 days ago, let's have them focus on first all the leads that we have issues with. Large pickup trucks, we're bleeding through our 31 to 45. Any leads on cars still in stock, that's the first thing to do. Let's call and email those customers regardless of the age of the lead. We go back to, and let's say there's 100 of those. And then we go back to what we call those switch leads. There's another, on trucks, let's say there's another 30 switch leads that I could call and email and try to switch them to these trucks. And so based on 300 leads total, what if I can reduce that down to just 180, 100 with cars still in stock? Let's call and email those first. That should be top of the funnel, regardless of the age of the lead. And then let's call the other 80 customers that, yeah, they're unsold cars, but I got something else to talk to them about. Let's try that next. Then anniversary calls, birthday calls, the Corvette lead on a vehicle that's sold. Let's do that next. So giving you some tips here, but also I get it. You're going to be short inventory, but it doesn't mean you have to be short sales. You're going to be short staff, but we can make them more efficient. You might be short on leads, but we can recycle your current leads. That's what we're going to be able to do with our LotWalk tool. If you like a demo, go to lotpop.com. Again, I hope this was helpful, but I also want to be able to be out there to help dealerships figure this out. We've been around 10 years. We know the metrics. The company's been around 10 years. I've been doing this for 25 plus years, managing leads since the 90s. So we're going to be able to help you. And I just hate when dealers are struggling and we have a tool that I know can help them. We'll pull data from your inventory management tool, like I said, Viato, VinQ, Max Digital, Dealers Link, whatever, and we'll pull it from your CRM, Vin Solutions, Reynolds, DriveCentric, eLeads, Dealer Socket. We'll pull those two data points and put them into one system and give you a LotWalk to work customers and work cars. Okay, we do it every day. We show up, we move cars around, we demo cars, we talk to customers, meet and greet them on our physical lot, but our virtual lot is two different silos, and these worlds don't meet. And that's what we've done to help you through these problems that we're talking about. My screen's gone. All right. Hope